What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Book It Better WWF 1994 YouTube series. This is our creative meeting. This is our second creative meeting that we'll be doing on YouTube. So this will be, we're working on In Your House. We need to get an In Your House card booked out. We got some Survivor Series ideas. Talk about some tag teams. Royal Rumble winner, and a little bit of character development will get involved here. But the most important thing that we're looking to do today is we need to get In Your House October booked, and then we need to get the Monday Night Raw cards leading into that In Your House booked, which we'll do here. We did September's In Your House a week early, so we can get Savage on that card before his contract expires and he leaves. So we're going to have 5 episodes of Monday Night Raw before we get to In Your House October. So, I am joined by the Professor. Hello, Professor.
Hello.
And by the podcaster known as Cato. Cato, what's up?
Greetings.
All right. This is actually the first time in like weeks that I've had more than one sidekick, if you will.
I'm no one's sidekick.
You're my sidekick.
Let's take this back a little bit.
This is my show, damn it. All right.
I'm not getting royalties for this.
Yeah, well, neither am I. So.
I guess that's true. We can start a donation fund.
That's true. So visit our GoFundMe page. I don't know what we're gonna use the money on. Probably replica championship belts for my wall.
Of course, it goes on your wall.
Yeah, it's gonna go. Well, I tell you what, we'll get tag team belts. Well, no, you know what? No, we're gonna get a winged eagle replica, and we can share custody of it. You can get it on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and every other weekend.
What if we smash it up, and then we turn it into a hardcore title?
We can do that too, but then who gets the hardcore title?
Whoever wins. 24/7 rules.
All right, cool. I like that idea. So that's what we're doing. So go to our GoFundMe page. It doesn't exist yet, but we're going to start one. Help us buy a Winged Eagle title belt that we can smash and turn into a hardcore title belt, as opposed to just buying a hardcore title belt. And then we're going to have a 24/7 rule to win that title.
And all of the matches will be put on YouTube.
Yeah, all YouTube matches.
We'll have a camera following us around 24 hours a day.
Yeah. All right, so
Helmet cameras.
Helmet cam. Yeah, we'll all wear GoPros. Okay, so item number 1 here is the In Your House card. Just before we came on the air here, I said I'm thinking maybe this In Your House. We just kind of keep it short and sweet. Maybe like a 2-hour pay-per-view. But I'd like to just kind of put 4 matches on the card. But I want those 4 matches to be 4 really good matches. Right now, I know we'll have Razor and Bam Bam. They're working a deal together, and they'll probably keep that deal going through whatever, maybe the Rumble, who knows. And I want to put Brett against Chris Jericho for the world title. Those are 2 that I know I want. Brett's going to retain, obviously, there. But I want to get Jericho in there because his win over Savage, the game already recommends him as an upper mid-carder. So his popularity 3 months ago when we got him was a 15 to a 20, depending on the region. Right now, it's a 58 to a 62, depending on the region. So he's already up there as one of our more popular guys. He's climbing to the top, so I do want to put him with Brett to get a good match and just kind of boost that a little bit more. I'm hoping by WrestleMania, so going into 1995, Jericho, can kind of reach that one of our top main event guys. But we do need a match for HBK. It's an Intercontinental title match. He's currently feuding with Diesel, and we need a 4th match. Before we get into it, we'll give a quick rundown just in case you guys are a little bit behind on what's going on. So, leading into In Your House, we had a number 1 contenders match, a number 1 contenders tournament. Basically, Bam Bam beats Razor Ramon. I effed that up. Razor was supposed to win that match clean, but I accidentally booked Bam Bam to win. So the week after, I basically had Razor come out. He showed some video footage. It was Bam Bam holding the tights. Gorilla Monsoon overturns the decision, gives the win to Razor. Razor gets Diesel in the number 1 contender finals. Razor goes over Diesel when HBK accidentally accidentally super kicks Diesel instead of Razor. So Razor gets the win there. And then he goes to In Your House to face Bret Hart, and Bam Bam distracts Razor, allowing Bret to get the win. So that's where we stand with the Bam Bam versus Razor story. And at that In Your House, so basically HBK, in an effort to apologize to Diesel, Diesel demands an Intercontinental title shot at In Your House. HBK doesn't want to accept, but he does. And then in that match, he wins by cheating. He holds the ropes to help him on the pin. Diesel finally has had enough of it. He jackknifes HBK. Diesel turns babyface. So our next episode of Raw, Diesel's now babyface. So I suppose we could go with an HBK Diesel rematch if we really wanted to at In Your House. But that's where that storyline stands. The only other things of note, Razor and Bret Hart had zero chemistry. So their match only scored like a 72. So I know we had talked a little bit about maybe doing Bret versus Razor at WrestleMania. That's going to be completely off the table. So that's kind of where we stand.
Was Razor Ramon intoxicated during this match?
Most likely, but that's when he's at his best.
Okay. Can't argue that.
All right. I guess let's just get the In Your House card. Everybody's cool with Bret versus Jericho?
Yep.
Yeah, I like that.
All right, cool. Razor versus Bam Bam. That match just kind of makes sense to me. We can decide, do we want that to be a clean match, or do we want some kind of shenanigans there? They will actually be teaming together at Survivor Series, and we will once I want to book out the In Your House card. Once we get to right after that, I'll explain what's going on. I think for Survivor Series, Cato and I are on the same page for that. And we'll get you kind of caught up, Professor. Intercontinental title match: HBK versus who? Anybody have any thoughts? Let me pull up our roster here.
Yeah, I see.
Oh, that's our screen recorder there. Why can't I pull up the game? What'll do? Let's do this. It's right here. There we go. Now we can see both. I could just pull up our roster on the main page, I guess, but all right. So let's do main eventers. All right. So we're looking at. I'm making noises over here. All right. So possibilities. We could go with Owen if we wanted to go that route. He's sort of in a story with Rick Steiner right now, and I may as well explain that now.
Wait, hang on. Did we sign Rick Steiner?
So, yes, we did sign Rick Steiner. You know what? Okay. So actually, you know what? Let's jump to this. This was topic number 3 that I wanted to cover here, but let's do it now because I think it'll kind of get through it quick. We have 0 babyface tag teams. None. Our 3 main event tag teams are all heels, and they work well as heels. So, I did sign the Steiner brothers. Rick was actually very difficult to sign. Scott was easy to sign. Rick was difficult. I had to pay him. Let me see. Let me clear the filter here. Rick Steiner. So we're paying Steiner almost $30,000 a month. He signs a 4-year deal for $28,500 per month, and he does not wrestle on house shows. He's available for B shows, but not for house shows. Scott Steiner, he signed.
Look at that hair.
Yeah, look at that. Isn't it beautiful? Look at that face.
Oh, goodness. He looks like Mark Wahlberg in Rockstar.
He signed for 2 years, $14,000 per month. The problem now, so they had 2 matches already. They were getting great ratings together, great chemistry, yada yada. The issue that we ran into is the Steiner brothers wrestled 2 matches, and Scott showed up high on painkillers for both of those matches. So the first time, yeah, of course. So the first time, I just fined him. So he paid the fine. He was pissed about it. Rick was pissed about it. And everybody that was involved in the match was pissed that Scott showed up high. I said, all right, whatever. Let's just kind of put aside. So he goes in on the go-home show. He shows up again high on painkillers. So I had to send him to rehab. So, we don't have the Steiner brothers anymore. We technically have them under contract. Scott will be gone for anywhere from 3 to 9 months. So, yeah. So,
Now,
go ahead.
now, are we sure that, like, I'm imagining Scott Steiner's a lot like the Batman villain Bane,
Okay.
who's just juicing himself up. So maybe he's just juicing himself up so his muscles are so big that he needs the painkillers.
I mean,
because
maybe.
we are all about the look.
We are all about the look. We like big bastards.
Yep.
Yeah, so whatever the reason is, it was pissing off the locker room, so I had to do something about it. We also no longer have Eddie Guerrero. He's in rehab for 3 to 9 months. So we don't have Eddie Guerrero either. So what I did, I wanted to do the Hart Foundation versus the Steiners at this past month's In Your House. By the time In Your House got there, Scott was already at rehab. So what I did was I ran an angle where the Hart Foundation, they beat down Scott Steiner, they run him over with their car, and they send him to the hospital. So at In Your House, Rick took on the Hart Foundation by himself. So he lost, obviously, but it keeps the door open for kind of a Rick versus either the Hart Foundation together, one of them, whether it's Neidhart, Owen, whoever, kind of keeps the door open. The problem is that Rick's not really a great singles wrestler in the game. So he rates like an 80 performance as a tag team and only about a 60 performance as a singles. So if either of you have any ideas on what to do with Rick Steiner for the next few months, feel free to chip in. We do have the Junkyard Dog. We could put them together.
Yeah, aren't we making a dog tag team?
So yeah, we could do Rick and the Junkyard Dog as a tag team, and go that route for the time being, and then that would, it opens up Owen, but he's a heel, so we can't really do Owen versus HBK for the title. Regardless, well, whatever. That's what's going on with the Steiners. So what we actually need to do. Does anybody have any babyface tag team ideas that we could either sign or that we can make from our current roster? Let me pull up our faces here. I'm open to anything.
Wait, Dink's a face?
Yeah, Dink's a babyface. So we could make Dink a tag team partner.
Can we make Dink and Linda McMahon?
So Dink definitely. Linda McMahon, no, I don't think so. She's a personality. What's her contract? Let me see. Technically, yes, she's available for whatever is needed. But
we can start a new title, an intergender title, and we can just have perfect.
Look at Linda's hair.
Who's got better hair, her or Scott Steiner?
Oh, Scott Steiner for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Definitely Scott Steiner. Or stand by. The spark plug.
Ooh.
are Sean?
Hang on, can you go down a little bit? I saw Scott the Samurai.
Oh yeah, that's Steve the Samurai. He's one of our jobbers. It's Barry Horowitz. So I changed
So
Barry Horowitz's gimmick.
So how old is Bobby Roode?
Just reincarnated.
So this is no gimmicks needed, Steve the Samurai. That's his gimmick right now. He's no gimmicks needed, Steve the Samurai. We also have, Crooked Dick Johnny Hogg. That's Barry Hardy. And we have Dick the Hammer Dick. So yeah, those are. But what we need, we need main event tag teams. So I'm thinking we can throw the 1, 2, 3 kid with somebody, but I don't know who. I don't know.
Kane.
Kane? Do we even have? We don't have Kane. But that actually happened, didn't it? That actually happened. Let me find our baby faces here. All right. So if we do baby faces, upper mid cards, let's see who's not doing anything. Because we really do. We legitimately need some upper level. Typhoon.
Oh my goodness.
We do 1, 2, 3 kid and Typhoon. Yeah, we've got nobody. We've got nobody.
What is Typhoon's rating?
I mean, he's got a 59 in brawling, and his popularity's in the mid 50s. So even if we teamed him with the 1, 2, 3 kid, they're not. I mean, the 1, 2, 3 kid's not great either. I really think we're gonna have to sign a babyface tag team because we don't have anybody except the Midnight Express. I'm sorry, the Rock and Roll Express. You know, the Rock and Roll Express. We do have Lance Storm. He's a heel right now, though. Our development company, they've got some guys down here. So they signed a guy named Santa Claus. Who is that? Oh, it's Balls Mahoney.
It is.
That's Balls Mahoney under the gimmick Santa Claus. I signed Bubba Dudley on a developmental deal and assigned him here. I also signed the Navajo Kid on a development deal. But they signed the Nasty Boys. So we could bring the Nasty Boys up. Their popularity is a 60. We could actually bring the Nasty Boys up as a babyface team. They work okay as a babyface. They got good skills. They're 72 brawling. You know, I mean, right now I think at minimum we need to bring up the Nasty Boys.
Oh my God! Look at that teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the Nasty Boys idea.
All right, so let me bring them up right now. Okay, I need to sign this actually. So we're gonna sign him to. Let's just put him on a 1-year written deal. No bonus, and I'm not gonna cover his travel. F that. All right, contract offer's been made. Same thing with Jerry Sags. So let's bring him in on a 1-year deal. Travel's not covered. You're not getting a bonus. Make an offer. So we're actually stealing these guys from WCW right now. They're on a pay-per-appearance deal. Our company signed Disco Inferno. So basically the way this company works, I created this company. Professor and I created this company, the WWE Power Plant. And, but they're functioning, so we hired, Bill Watts is the owner, and Bob Orton Jr. is the booker. They are a fully functioning company. They'll hire all their own people. They'll do their own booking. They'll have their own titles. But we can sign guys and send them to development here. So I signed Adam Copeland, or Edge, and sent him down there to develop. I signed the Navajo Kid and I signed Bubba Dudley. All the rest of these, the game signed. So we do have Disco Inferno down there, but he's not actually working for us. He's just working for them as a whatever filler. But we do need. I'd like to get one more babyface tag team. So if anybody has ideas, let me know. What do you think? Somebody that we can sign a singles guy to team with somebody. We can sign a tag team. Any ideas?
I like using the Nasty Boys. Unless you want another face tag.
Do you think we need... I mean, we've got 3 heel teams. Do you want to use just one babyface team, or do you want to have 3 and 2?
What are you doing with the Bushwhackers? Are we just leaving them there? Just not using them?
Well, you know what? I'm kind of using them as jobbers, honestly.
Okay.
But I mean, they're old. I mean, they're 50 years old.
I mean, what's their star appeal? Do they have any?
60. I mean, we do have the Smoking Guns, so I shouldn't say that. We could push the Smoking Guns.
Yeah, we may have no choice.
You know what? Let's do that. All right. So let's bring in.
Can we give them a gimmick change?
The Smoking Guns?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think?
I wasn't expecting you to ask me that question.
What's a creative meeting, Professor? You can't just you can't be half-assed creative.
Can you have them be? Well, we've already got dogs. I'm thinking of other animals.
Oh, actually,
that's my gimmick.
While we're at it, we're just gonna have all our tag teams are gonna be animals. Let me actually add.
Oh, we got Men on a Mission.
Yeah, that's true. We have 3 baby faces. All right. So let me put Rick Steiner and the Junkyard Dog together. What should we call them? The Dog Face Gremlins?
That'll work. The Dog Pound.
But spelled dog DAWG because we're trying to be a little edgy.
All right, they'll be the Dog Pound. I'm gonna make them individuals, or should I make them a unit? Basically, what that means is if they're individuals and they're in a tag team match, whoever gets the pin gets a bigger popularity boost, and whoever loses gets the bigger popularity drop. If they're a unit, it doesn't matter who wins or loses; they both get an equal amount of effect. I mean, I'm thinking they're individuals, right? They're not really Scott and Rick are the unit.
Can we call them a pack?
I mean, we could. We could have a pack of dogs. Let's make them individuals here. All right, but they're in there as a team. So we got Junkyard Dog, who's actually not as old as I thought he was. And he's still fairly popular. So, all right. So that's good. And the other one, the Smoking Guns. We want to change their gimmick? Let's go through and look then. Hold on. So let's take Billy Gunn. Right now he's a cowboy. Let's see. He could be an adventure, an adult film star. I mean, they got the mustache. What if it turns out that they weren't actual cowboys? The Smoking Guns were never actually cowboys. They were porn star cowboys.
I'm all in.
He could be an angry young man.
Isn't he like 50?
Billy Gunn? Nah, he's 30.
He's close enough.
Oh, he could be the ass. We could just make him the ass man. He's obsessed with asses. I mean, that's kind of. Oh, what about an amnesia? Oh no!
And he just teams with different.
He could be a beach babe, a bear, a man in a bear suit. How about a black militant?
I'm not going there.
A boy toy. Oh, what if they're boy band?
Oh, I do want a boy band gimmick. I don't want Billy Gunn in it though.
What if the 1-2-3 kid and somebody else are in a boy band?
Yeah.
All right. So let's keep the smoking guns the smoking guns. We'll come back. We'll revisit that. Think about that, Professor, because that's your job. I'm gonna ask you that the next creative meeting we have. I'm assigning you as ruler of this Book It Better creative meeting. I'm assigning you a gimmick change for the smoking guns.
Okay.
So that's you. Figure out what it is. Now, for the
Expect
boy...
them to be named after animals.
That's... I mean, he could be a bear. Okay. So, let's find a tag team partner for the 1-2-3 kid, and they'll be in boy band. Well, he doesn't have much sex appeal. You know what? Hold on. Let's search for workers here, and we're gonna filter this. He is active to hire, and in terms of skill, I'm looking for good sex appeal. Sex appeal. Now, you know what? This needs to be great sex appeal.
I can't wait to see this.
All right. Beulah McGillicuddy. She did a porn, actually. And it was actually pretty good. It wasn't anything like the Sunny porn. That porn was terrible. Bonnie Blackstone. These are all girls. Cybernetico.
He's wearing a mask.
Yeah, what's so sexy about a mask? Cutie Suzuki. Don Callis.
What? The Jackal?
The Jackal. Yeah, he has a 75 sex appeal.
Oh my god.
UK Greg Valentine?
Oh, that's what?
That's UK Greg
29?
Valentine. That's Steve Crabtree. Jason Knight. Oh, Seth MacFarlane. Jim Steele.
He looks like the 1-2-3 kid.
He does.
That would be perfect.
All right, you just got a job, Jim Steele. Let's look through the rest of these real quick before. How is that guy a 75 sex appeal? And how is he 19 years old?
Yeah, that's a girl ass dude.
Who else we got here? These are all women. Rick Rude.
Whoa,
Oh, he's got
88.
He's out with a back injury.
Yeah.
Ricky Fuji. Rio, the Lord of the Jungle. That's the Renegade.
Oh, the Renegade.
Scott Putski.
Scotty
Riggs. Oh, Sean Morley.
He got a lot of high sex appeal.
He's got an 85 sex appeal. Shane Helms. Oh, he looks like he's in a boy band.
Hang on. I see the Warrior.
Yeah, you do see the Warrior. Boy, look how hot Sunny is. 95.
She could be the manager.
She could be the manager. She doesn't look like that anymore. She's a little overweight. She was a little overweight in her porn. It was disappointing. Yeah, the Warrior has 79 sex appeal.
I want the Warrior and Shane Helms.
I refuse to bring the Warrior in. His behavior, he's considered extremely egotistical, extremely selfish, manipulative, antisocial, and usually an extremely negative influence. No.
Yeah, he's terrible.
What? Guess what? I just found the Smoking Gun's new gimmick.
What's their new gimmick?
The Ultimate Warrior.
So they're just the Ultimate Warriors?
Warrior gun.
Which, speaking of the new gimmicks and the Warrior, so Maxine Whitman has been pushing the Unicorn Warrior on me for like a month now. She envisions Chris Jericho as the Unicorn Warrior. So I'm thinking that I will integrate that somehow and give him sort of the gimmick of, well, I'm young, I'm good in the ring, great on the mic, I'm a unicorn. I'm a Unicorn Warrior. So we may see Chris Jericho become the Unicorn Warrior, but that's off time. I'm getting sidebarred here. Let's figure out this. Let's bring in Shane Helms. God, he has no popularity at all. He's good in the ring, though.
Can he sing?
I don't know. What's his acting? Acting's a 55, so probably not. Sean Morley.
Oh wait, Scotty Riggs, one half of the American Males.
Yes. Yeah, you got it.
I want that.
You want Scotty Riggs. All right.
I bet we
look
can't
at-
get Buff Bagwell.
All right. So what if? Hold on. What if we actually have a boy band? What if there's 4 of them? What if it's Scotty Riggs, the 1-2-3 kid,
Shane Helms.
Sean Morley, and Shane Helms?
Well, what about that first guy? Who was the
Yeah.
very
Who was
first guy at
that?
the
Where
time?
was
hang on.
Jim Steele?
Jim Steele.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Jim Steele's a good pick.
All right.
What about? Hang on, can we look at Rio, Lord of the Jungle again?
Yeah. That's the Renegade.
Because I think we do need like that foreign sex appeal.
Well, I mean, hold on. Every boy band has the bad boy. We got the bad boy.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a gimmick here that we actually. So we need a bad boy. We need like the older brother. He's like a little older,
Well,
like maybe creepily older.
So here's Gorilla Monsoon. So hang on. Technically, like in the Backstreet Boys, AJ was the bad boy because he was like a drug addict.
Right.
So like 1-2-3 Kid is kind of a drug addict.
All right. So the bad boy is gonna be 1-2-3 kid. All right. We need a heart.
Or Scott Steiner when he comes back.
Well, hold on. So we need the bad boy, the older brother, like the heartthrob, and then there's always one more. What's the?
The one that no one likes.
I got
Like the Chris Kirkpatrick. Like he's the one with he's the. I know my boy bands. He's like the one with cornrows or braids.
Let me see. So we need. Here we go. The 5 kinds of boy band members. Google machining this. We got the bad boy. The innocent one. I feel like that's like the. Then we got the class clown. The strong silent type. The hotter than hellfire one. All right. So the hotter than hellfire one. That's just gonna be whoever has the highest. All right. So we have the bad boy. The innocent one. The hot one. The strong silent type. We need to put Typhoon in this. And the class clown. All right. So the bad boy is 1-2-3 kid. We have to. This is a 5-man team.
I love how this is the direction we've gone in this booking meeting.
We legitimately need to book an entire pay-per-view and 5 weeks of television tonight because I have nothing. I have nothing. I mean, we at least need to get an outline of the next 5 weeks because I just posted a video that will go up on Wednesday. Yeah. Well, so yeah, when it's gonna go up the same time as this. Once that video goes up, I'm out of content. I got nothing. So we do need to book out a shit ton of stuff. But
Hang on, he was a male stripper?
who? Oh yeah, apparently.
How is he not? He's got to be in the band.
All right.
He's got to be.
So
He's a
the
Bad boy
dancer.
at the band.
Is he the strong silent one? What is he? Let's see. Well,
He's like the Kevin Nash character in Magic Mike.
I didn't see Magic Mike.
Me either.
They're,
Go ahead and enlighten us here, Professor.
they're good films. They're
I'm sure they're wonderful films, but what was Kevin Nash's role in that film?
well, they're like sport movies. Like, you know, there's like the aging superstar
Right.
and the rising young person trying to claim his spot.
Okay.
It was like the Remember the Titans of stripper movies. And you know, Kevin Nash, he was aging. He was old. He didn't have much time left.
So he
He had
played
to
a
use
stripper.
He had to use a penis pump.
Okay. Well, as awesome as that sounds. Alright, I think let's have Sean Morley be the hot one, right? So let's get him signed. Let's give him a 3-year deal written. Yeah, that's good. I'm not going to cover your bus fare. I'm not going to give you a bonus. Alright, we'll bring him in. So he's going to be the hot one because he has an 85 sex appeal. He's also great on the mic. This gimmick might actually make him a star. But we got the bad boys, the 1, 2, 3 kid. So we need a strong silent, a class clown, and the innocent one. Shane Helms.
Well, Cybernetico can be the strong silent because he's got a mask.
Johnny Swinger. Well, let's make Jim Steele. Should we make him the innocent one, the strong silent one, or the class clown?
It looks like he's not really talented at anything, so...
Yeah, he's just sort of okay.
He exists.
Yeah. He's the Joey Fatone of this boy band. Sorry, Joey Fatone, if you're watching this.
He was very underrated.
Alright, so let's get Jim Steele a contract here. We're only going to sign him for 1 year, though, because he looks like he kind of sucks. And when this gimmick is over, I think he gets the boot.
Well, he's going to get replaced.
Oh, yeah, we could do that.
Get him booted out the band.
Yo, maybe we sign him for 6 months. And, well, if this even lasts for 6 months? Let's bring him in for 6 months, actually, because once this band dissolves, I don't even want him on the show anymore. So he's coming in for 6 months. All right, and what's his role? Is he the strong silent type? Or is he the innocent one? Or the class clown?
Let's go with class clown.
All right, so he's the class clown.
I think that's a good choice.
Jim Steele is the class clown. Okay, now we got 2 spots left, and we need to break it up between Shane Helms, Rio, the Lord of the Jungle, who will definitely have to change his name. And
No, he could just be Rio.
He could be Rio. That's true. And Scotty Riggs. So of those 3, we need to hire 2. Anybody?
I like Rio for sure.
All right, so let's get Rio in. Is he the strong silent type? It's either that or the innocent one. I can't imagine he's the innocent one.
He's seen some shit.
I mean, maybe we don't have a strong silent. Maybe we don't have an innocent one. Maybe we have the nutball, like the nut job, like the loose cannon of the band.
The Brian Pillman of the band.
Yeah, okay. So we don't have an innocent one. We have a loose cannon. We have the loose cannon, and it's Rio. Let's bring him in on a 1-year deal. I'm not covering your travel. These guys want me to cover their bus fare. That's not going to happen. Let's give them a $150 signing bonus.
Why are they taking the bus?
All right.
Oh, do they have a tour bus?
Yeah, they could have a tour bus. They could use the old Lex Express.
Yeah.
All right, so the strong silent one. Is it Scotty Riggs or Shane Helms? Or El Zorro? No, he's terrible. Look at this dude. He's awful. Or is it Scott Putski?
I can't put my weight behind Putski. I can't do that.
All right, let's see. Can we do? Let's see. What else we have here? Let's do. Maxine coming in here, just raising hell in the studio here. All right. Let's see. Let's get a good charisma. Let's get somebody with great charisma. What we got here? Too Cold Scorpio. Abdullah the Butcher.
Oh God, no.
The A Train. Oh, that's not A Train.
Wait.
This Devon Dudley.
So, do we have to get Devon now?
Devon's actually out injured.
Oh.
But I could still sign him. I could. Let me give him a development deal since I've got Bubba on a development deal. Let me make him a development deal as well. All right. How about Fritz von Erich?
Who's Gary Hart?
Gary Hart. Just some guy. Magnum TA.
Are we looking? What role are we trying to fill?
This is the strong, silent one.
Mr. T.
Should we mix the tea? No.
He's charismatic.
How about Hillbilly Jim? I mean, you know who would work with Disco Inferno.
And we have him already, don't we?
Yeah, he's in our development. Yeah, so we'd have to sign him, but he's in our development. Let's go with Disco Inferno. Or Bobo Brazil.
Oh, I have strong feelings against Bobo Brazil.
Yo, what about Rey Mysterio Jr.? Like, legitimately. 19. He's got... He's relatively unknown.
What about the Road Warriors? Why haven't we sent them yet?
Because Animal is injured. He's got a back injury.
Oh. All the steroids.
Rocky Johnson. Sabu.
Sabu.
Terry Funk? What if we put Terry Funk in there?
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, there's not really much in here. All right, let's go with Disco Inferno. You know what? Screw it. We're going with Disco Inferno. Glenn Gilberti. Let's give him a 1-year deal. Give him a 1-year deal. Take the bus. No bonus. All right. So that's our boy band. Can I advance a day and see if I sign these guys? Yeah, I can. Let's advance a day. All right. So we got that out of the way. So we're going with Disco Inferno here. When those guys sign, we'll actually... Because we could actually get 2 babyface tag teams out of that then. We get the 1, 2, 3 kid and somebody. Oh, wait. We don't have a loose cannon. Oh, yeah, we do. It's Rio. All right. Cool. So we're done with that. So we got babyface teams. We're done there. We got emails here, but we don't have. This is our rating. Okay, so we've got that. So we got the 1, 2, 3 kid, Rio, Sean Morley, Disco Inferno, and Jim Steele. They're our boy band. They'll need a name, but we can name them later. We're gonna bring in the Nasty Boys as a babyface main event tag team. The Survivor Series. Let's get to that. Well, yeah, we still need a match for our old friend Shawn Michaels here.
What's the Undertaker doing? Is he fighting?
No, he's kind of got nothing. He wasn't on In Your House in September, so I mean, we could go if you want to go HBK versus The Undertaker for the Intercontinental title.
I mean, might as well see how they work together.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea.
All right, so let's pencil that in. HBK's got to go over there.
Maybe by like accidental interference by Diesel.
It could be, or he could cheat somehow. I mean, he could beat him clean, but yeah, that's fine. HBK, because if HBK goes over clean, he goes over clean. It's not that big a deal. And the tag titles are going to be Sid and Bomb versus somebody. And honestly, it's not that big a deal. We don't really have to figure that out right now. Sid and Bomb are going to retain. I want to build them up to be a real credible thing here. All right. All right. I guess the only question that I'll have is, because over the next day or two we can work out the weekly shows. I guess the question is, how does Chris Jericho get? Well, actually, you know, we probably should just do. It doesn't make sense to have the Undertaker in there. Because then what's Diesel doing? Is he doing anything? Diesel just turned babyface.
Well, he's guest announcing.
Unless he can interfere and force Shawn to get a count out, so he keeps the belt. Taker goes over,
I didn't think about that.
but not he don't have to like beat him up. Just talk some shit and distract him.
All right, how does the Undertaker get in the match in the first place? Other than just being the Undertaker, like, I mean, we could go.
Well, they're gonna have that Survivor Series match, so we gotta incorporate him somehow.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
Maybe Shawn does an open challenge.
Shawn does an open challenge for it?
Yeah.
Or
Taker calls him out, one or the other.
Did the Undertaker just win his feud against DiBiase, or is that still going?
So that feud is sort of like, it's technically still going, but not really. So we took a break from it. We went back. As of the last thing that they did was DiBiase vow. So he beat Bam Bam, and DiBiase basically vows, I will find the right guy for the job. And Undertaker tells DiBiase, you can hide behind everybody you want, but eventually it's going to be your turn. Kind of setting up, because I'd like to do Undertaker versus DiBiase at Mania, but that's a long time to build that story. So I think it's basically right now, it's still going on, but we're going to take a step back from it. DiBiase is going to be off TV for a little while as if he's kind of searching for the right guy. Maybe we sign somebody new, a big name, to show up at, I don't know, Royal Rumble or something. Or maybe at the Royal Rumble, DiBiase enters the Rumble and eliminates The Undertaker. And that opens up DiBiase versus Undertaker at Mania, where Undertaker will finally go over. Something like that. But no, to answer your question, for right now, no. Technically, that storyline isn't actively going. So, why, do you have an idea for that?
No, not really.
Okay. We do have Randy the Ram. Although, actually, I should say now. Okay, so this episode of Monday Night Raw coming up will be Randy Savage's last episode.
Bury him.
Yeah, he's gonna come out. Randy the Ram Robinson is gonna come out and beat him up and destroy him. He's going to strip Savage naked in the ring. He's gonna put the clothes on and declare himself the Macho Man Randy Robinson. And from then on, we'll have our version of the Macho Man Randy Robinson. And he'll make sporadic appearances for us and other companies.
I totally forgot we booked that.
Yeah.
And that makes me so happy.
Yeah, so that's definitely gonna happen. So we could do HBK. I mean, what we could do. What if we did like a big cluster of a match at In Your House for the Intercontinental Belt, sort of as like a punishment for HBK. He's cheated to win the last 2 times he defended the belt. You know, maybe it's just a kind of a multi-man match, a 4-way match, maybe. I don't know.
Well, who
aren't you doing that at Survivor Series though?
Yeah, it's the same
All
people.
right, well, let's get to Survivor Series. We'll kind of outline what's going on here. So what we're gonna do is, we'll open up with the Smoking Guns and the Power Cats versus Yoko Crush and the Head Shrinkers. This will be a standard Survivor Series match. And basically what's going to happen here is, so let's say, basically whatever team comes out the winner here will advance to the Tag Team Championship match in the same night versus Sid and Bomb. So I don't like Survivor Series matches. So Cato and I talked about it. We thought it might be kind of cool to not do your standard Survivor Series matches, although we'll have one. But instead we'll kind of do like a And actually, I'm just getting a text from Cato right now. Says he thinks he lagged out, so we're out Cato right now. So anyway, he's gonna try and get himself back in here. But long story short, this will be a tag team Survivor Series match. But the theme of Survivor Series, it'll be more of a surviving theme. So what we're gonna do is we'll open with the Survivor Series match. The winner of that match will advance to face Sid and Bomb. If let's say the Smoking Guns and the Power Cats, they go undefeated here and they knock out both of these teams, then what'll happen is they'll basically swap sides, and now we'll have a standard tag team match between the Guns and the Power Cats. So one team has to be left.
I like that.
And then the winner of that will advance to face Sid and Bomb on that same night. The next match will be the number one contender qualifier match. And that's basically going to be a standard 8-man tag. We'll go HBK, Taker, Diesel, and Owen versus Razor, Bam Bam, Luger, and Jericho. The winning team advances to the main event, which will be a 4-way elimination match, where the winner gets a world title shot at Royal Rumble.
Okay.
So basically, it's a Survivor kind of theme, but it's not a Survivor Series match. I'm thinking we go HBK, Undertaker, Diesel, and Owen in that main event. So those 4 will beat Razor, Bam Bam, Luger, and Jericho. And then we can kind of take our pick here. I mean, it could be Undertaker, and then you get Undertaker versus Brett at Royal Rumble. It could be. I don't want it to be HBK because he's still gonna have the Intercontinental belt.
I think. Yeah. What if you do Taker Hart at the Rumble?
Okay.
And DiBiase makes his return.
Oh shit! I didn't think about that.
And cost him the match, or it doesn't necessarily cost him the match, but
yeah, no, that's exactly what's gonna happen. So Brett will retain at the Royal Rumble versus the Undertaker. I'm taking the belt off Brett at WrestleMania, regardless. So, all right, then the final 4 of the Rumble will be HBK, Razor, Jericho, and whoever. It could be Diesel. It could be, I don't know. We'll put just some question marks there. Could be anybody. Could be Luger. Could be whatever. One of those 4 will win the Rumble. It could be Shawn Michaels if you want to push that WrestleMania match up. Let's say it's Diesel, right? It's Diesel.
I think. Okay.
What's up?
No, I'm thinking Jericho should win the IC title at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I mean, he'll definitely be ready at that point. Who does he take it off of? That's the thing.
Could he take it off Michaels?
He could if Michaels doesn't, but then you're not going to get Brett versus HBK at Mania, which I'm fine with. We could do Brett. It could be Brett Owen again at Mania. It could be Brett Diesel. There's a lot of options we could go with.
Well, I think we can wait just a bit.
Yeah, and do we definitely want to put Jericho over HBK? I mean, that would solidify him. My goal for Jericho right now is to make him this young, arrogant heel, and his goal, his sole motivation, is to take the WWF by storm and sort of make it his, right? He sees it as a place where he can go. He sees it as a place where he can go and bring it into the future, right? So he's a little arrogant, and so he's a heel. But the goal, I think, would be eventually to make Jericho the leading babyface.
Okay.
When we make that turn is up for discussion. If we're gonna put him over HBK at Mania, then he'll have probably made that turn beforehand. If we're gonna put him over somebody else, we could have HBK drop the Intercontinental title at Rumble and then win the Royal Rumble. So you get Bret versus Shawn at Mania for the title and Jericho over whoever just won the title at Royal Rumble. I generally don't like short title reigns, but I'm not opposed to a 2-month transitional champion to get to Jericho, you know.
Yeah.
All right, let's have DiBiase interferes. We don't need to figure out the IC title right now. We also don't necessarily have to figure out the world title for Mania yet. But I do like the Bret vs. Undertaker thing. All right, so that means Undertaker's going over here. I like that. Okay, so Sid and Bomb can take on whoever. HBK... Is HBK beating The Undertaker then for the Intercontinental title in your house? Or do we want to just give HBK somebody he can have a really good match with and it's a no-brainer he's going over kind of thing?
I think we do that.
Somebody that he's definitely going to go over? All right, let's see who that is. We need a good worker here. I mean, it could be... Owen. Let's see. Let's see our upper mid-carders. God, there's nobody. Well, I mean, what if it's Randy the Ram? What if it's the Macho Man Randy Robinson?
I think that would be a good start to his career.
Yeah, you know what? Screw it. The IC title will be Randy Robinson. Because that's going to be a good match. HBK goes over, no problem. We need a way to get The Undertaker on the card. But honestly, he doesn't need a story. He could just kind of have a match. You know, sort of like the way New Japan does it. I would love, getting slightly off topic, I would love to eventually go and run the WWF similar to like a New Japan style. I think that'd be kind of a cool way to do things a little differently. You know, with the guys that we have, you know, and do, you know, more tournaments, more in-ring stuff, less stories, and more building the stories through matches themselves, you know?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
I think it'd be kind of fun. Okay, so we've got the In Your House card done then. That's good. Let me see, what else do I want here? The Rumble Final Four we've got done. Survivor Series gimmick matches, we talked about that. We're good to go. The only note that I have left here is, how does Chris Jericho earn that world title shot? So
I think he just does a promo and he's super, you know, arrogant. Bret Hart maybe, you know, just kind of brushes him off. Jericho goes after him until Bret Hart kind of breaks, and he's like, "All right, we got to do this. Let's fight."
All right. I mean, Bret's a fighting champ, so theoretically, if you know, Jericho comes out and challenges him, he'll be fairly inclined to accept that, I would think. If there's no one else, because I mean, the only other one would be Undertaker's not in a storyline, but HBK and Diesel are in a storyline. So I would imagine that maybe Diesel, we do need to wrap that storyline up at some point. Maybe HBK drops the Intercontinental title to Diesel at the Rumble. Diesel gets the Intercontinental belt back. HBK can move to the world picture. Whatever, we'll figure something out. But HBK and Diesel won't be for the world title right now because they're together. Razor is going against Bam Bam, so he's out. Undertaker is sort of in with DiBiase, but sort of not. So let me remove Bret from that storyline. And I'll add Brett to the Jericho Arrives storyline now. Plays a major role. That's good. Randy Savage is done with this storyline. Alright. Okay. So, I think that's pretty much it. We got our boy band. Yeah, I think that's basically the direction we'll go then. There aren't really any new storylines. All our storylines right now are pretty much the same. We do need to figure out what's up with the Harts and the Steiners, but that's sort of less important. We can just kind of run some... I mean, it's not a big deal. I mean, with Scott being gone, the option is also there to just end that storyline where it is and just be like, well, you know... Or, you know what we'll do? No, we'll have the Junkyard Dog. Yeah, that's easy. The Junkyard Dog will join... We'll come out to Rick's aid. We'll have the Hart Foundation attacking Rick Steiner again. The Junkyard Dog comes out, and then from then on, it's Rick and the Junkyard Dog until Scott gets back, and then we can kind of go from there. That's easy. And it's also a secondary storyline, really. All of the storylines are the same. So this ran a little bit longer than I expected it to, in terms of whether or not we'd actually be able to get all of the weekly shows booked. We're definitely not. So what we'll do, we'll get signed off here. We'll kind of call it a night. Everything that I wanted to get done today, we got done. At the very least, we have our In Your House card done. Booking the stories is easy from there once that card is done. Our Survivor Series card is done, and we're all on the same page with that. So yeah, one thing that I'd like to do before, well, maybe we'll do it for our next creative. I definitely want to get a little more character development on some of these guys. I think it'll be a lot easier to sort of build stories if at the very least all our main event guys, if they've all got kind of motivations and goals, you know what I'm saying? Like an actual character would have.
Yep.
Because
I agree.
I feel like right now we're just kind of coming up with random stories and throwing guys in there, you know? But that's for another night. I will... Yeah, so over the next day or two, I'll plan out at least one or two shows. And then over the next day or two, we'll kind of, like we do through text or whatever, we'll kind of get the rest of the next 5 Monday Night Raws booked out and squared away. So, anything to add before we go off the air here?
I am so excited for this boy band.
Can I tell you? I'm actually really excited for it, and I think it might work, actually. Like I think out of all of this, Sean Morley might actually... this might make him a star.
I'm ready.
Plus, I'm excited to see Rio.
Yep.
All right, so if that's all we got, if you got nothing else, I got nothing else. I'm happy with where we're at now. If you were watching and you watched this whole thing and you stuck with it to the end, God bless you. I hope you enjoyed getting a glimpse into the how we book this out and the sheet that we use here. I didn't go over it before the last one, but this is kind of the sheet. We have our roster page here. It very rarely ever stays up to date. I don't think it's up to date right now. We use our cards here, just kind of a place to put our storylines, and then I use this to book out the main when the TV shows get booked out here. So thanks for joining us. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking out. Leave us a comment. Hit like. Hit subscribe. Send us some ideas. The boy band's gonna need a manager. Leave a comment below. Any ideas for a manager for our boy band? Leave a comment if you have a name idea for our boy band here. And if you enjoyed the creative meeting, let us know. We enjoy doing it. I enjoy doing it. I think it's I like the video idea for it. Make sure to check out at the same day this will go up. Monday Night Raw will go up. And don't forget to check us out every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. This has been the Book It Better podcast. Well, video cast, I suppose, now. And yeah, we'll be hopefully finishing out the official year 1994 strongly. So for myself, for the professor, for Cato, who lagged out and is gone, hopefully he's okay, and for the superstar who couldn't join us today because it's his birthday. Excuse me. So for all of us here at the Book of Better podcast, thank you for joining us, and we will see you next time.